Lifers, welcome back to Life Honestly. I'm Nana. Let's talk. So today we will be talking about what is love really? What is it? This one is a little bit difficult for me because through my healing, I've really been grappling with this and still not 100%, but I'm getting there. So I guess my questions for you are, growing up, what did love look like to you? Do you equate love with peace or with anxiety and chaos? Have you ever in your lives confused attention with love? These are big questions, and we'll delve into some other ideas as well too. So, growing up, well, I guess I should say, going through my healing to date, I was asked at one point, what did your parents do to make you feel loved? And I sat back and I thought, and what was going through my head as I was thinking was, one, a whole bunch of nothing, but I really couldn't think of anything because in my mind, at that point while I was contemplating this, my definition of love possibly could have been different than what love actually is or how somebody else may define love. So my answer was, I don't know, putting a roof over my head, feeding me to keep me alive, and that's all I had. And then, for me, it was growing up, if friends came over and they'd call their parents on the landline, because that's what we had, every time they hung up the phone, they'd say, I love you. And growing up, I never heard that, ever. Even to this day, I've never heard it. And my kids have, though, plenty. But yeah, so I'm still grappling with what love actually is. And I think that before I jumped into therapy and trying to figure it out, I 100% compared love with chaos and anxiety and silence and being dismissed, I guess. And that was just kind of my normal. So I guess that's what I thought love was. But as I've been kind of delving into it and looking more into attachment styles and love languages and all of that, I've kind of I've kind of come to the conclusion that there are potentially two different definitions of love, and maybe you guys have other definitions of love, and I'd love to hear it. But, the first thing I thought of love was the, physical touch. So I related it to love languages, even though I didn't really think about love languages way back. So love to me was just physical touch and spending time with somebody, really. Like actually dedicating your time to that giving your time to the other person. I also kind of equate it with not being afraid to say, I love you. So my kids hear that like 100 times a day. And now they just, because they're teenagers, older, they just roll their eyes at me. But I always said I'm not going to ever make them feel like they're not 100% cared for and loved. So, so there's that aspect. And then, yeah, and then on the other side, there's the feeling. So what I thought before love was like the butterflies and the anxious feeling inside. But no, I think that the feeling of love is that you will be there for that person through thick and thin. You would do anything for them. You jump in front of a car for them. Like that to me is real love. That you'll stick up for them no matter whether it's family or anybody. Doesn't mean in an aggressive way, but it's like you're a team and that's how it's going to be. So those are kind of the two versions of love that I kind of think of. And then with respect to attachment styles, I've found that growing up in trauma and just learning patterns, creating patterns, and constantly falling into those patterns, relationship after relationship. I delved into attachment styles, and I believe I had like an extreme anxiety, excuse me, extreme anxiety attachment. I was just very afraid to lose people. And then because of that fear, I always did whatever the other person wanted to keep them happy so that they wouldn't leave me. But now, after dating for the past year, I have shifted dramatically, even in my last one. I shifted dramatically into a very secure attachment style. So that's just believing that the connection is there, not freaking out if I don't get a text back. I know that there's that whatever I'm building with somebody else is true. And if not, that the communication will be there and everything will be fine. And even if it doesn't work out, I'm going to be okay. And that has been a lot of self-love that I've been working on, because before I used to self-abandon over and over and over again for other people's comfort over mine. And someone who has gone through trauma, it really changes your view on love. And I still have those thoughts on love and like those negative patterns and just kind of the negative side of it. But I'm slowly trying to listen more to the positives and just becoming more secure in myself so that I can be an awesome partner to somebody, a better mom, a better friend, yada, yada, yada. So, yeah, that's about it. So, yes, I would love to hear your views on love and whether you agree with my two versions or whether you think of love as something different than those. Yeah, and again, if you've been through trauma and you've made kind of the switch from thinking love was like a negative feeling or abandoning yourself to a more positive view of love, I'd love to hear those stories as well. So in the meantime, if you haven't already, please click the notification bell and the subscribe and like buttons. And this is Love Honestly, and we'll see you on the next